Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, everyone. Good job on the shirts so far. Well done. Number of things we're going to do this morning, and hopefully try and tie them all together. But the first thing I want to do is just signal some of the athletic endeavours that went on. The Rowers, our rowing club, had a good, hard weekend at Brentwood, but lots of frustration as well with the weather. There were lots of wind delays and everything else. But again, things looking good there for our own regatta, which will be coming up, as you well know, in a few weeks. So I want to single out a couple of crews that did particularly well and ask them to come up here and get their medals. So in the junior girls, in the junior B, we have junior B girls lightweight 8. They won a silver medal, and again, this regatta is full of very talented and good club teams from both BC and the Pacific Northwest. So getting into the medals in this regatta, the Brentwood Regatta, is always a great accomplishment. So the junior B girls lightweight 8, could you come up please to receive your medals? That would be Kerry Walker, Marie Poppenhausen, Isabel Mees, Nicole Levin, Nicole Cherry, Libby Kay, Jaden Bowman, Selena Lee, and Kylie Kim, the coxswain. There you go. I'll go in the coach. Well done, Liz. Well done, girls. And winning gold medals, the junior B girls coxed 4. And with these girls come forward, they placed first in a time of 6:02, which put them a good 6 seconds ahead of the Pocock Rowing Centre, which is a strong club from Seattle. Really good performance. So Michaela Brennan, Amelia McIntosh, Trinity Gladstone, Georgia Hall, and the coxswain Olivia Brigden. Come forward, please. So Olivia was actually too light, so she had to carry this as well. So I'm going to present her with this to give her it back. Well done, girls. Well done. Still on sports. Our senior girls tennis, I'm going to ask them to stand and take a bow, please. Our senior girls tennis won the ISA championships for the island. They couldn't actually do the whole thing, but we'll claim it. We did win it for the island, but we'll claim it overall. So senior girls tennis, well done. Where are you? Stand, please, ladies. There we go. Thank you. How many people have run 10K? Put your hand up. Yeah, lots of people. Yeah. How many people have run 10K in under 40 minutes? Wow. Well, Angus Brown ran in the Times Colonist 10K and ran in under 35 minutes. He did 34:54, which is a really good time. Angus, stand up and take a bow. Where are you? Well done. Oh, good. On the rugby side of things, this is obviously in full season for the seniors right now, for the grade 10s as well on the boys' side, but senior girls, senior boys. Senior girls had a very good win on Friday against Cow High, traditionally one of our tough rivals. So, girls, would you stand and take a bow? Well done, you're on a great season already, and we wish you well. Senior girls rugby, please. I'm not sure that it's more of a punishment when I make people stand, isn't it? It's actually supposed to be a good thing. So maybe in future when we stand, we could stand and take a twirl or something like that. Kind of twirl around or wave or bow, something like that. Okay, boys, you get a chance to do that right now. So over in St. George's, always a tough place to go to play rugby. The grade 10s, two teams, the Colt A's and Colt B's, and the seniors, the first 15 squad and the second 15 squad, went over to St. George's. It was thoroughly Scottish weather, in that it was cold and rain pouring down. The boys did remarkably well, came away. It's not often we come away from St. George's with 3 wins and a tie and nobody losing. So the strength of that program is admirable. So I'd like the boys, the season's far from over, as we know, but I'd like them, bearing in mind what I just said, to stand and receive our congratulations, please. The senior boys and the grade 10 boys. Thank you. Well done. I was scanning for the extroverts, because they would be the ones that would be doing all that stuff, but all very modest. Well done. Switching a little bit now, I'll be talking in a minute about the word shirts that you have on, very briefly, but it's even more appropriate given the next part of this morning's gathering. So I'm going to ask Ivy Sang to come up and introduce that part. Ivy, thanks.
Good morning. First and foremost, I would like to thank you all in advance for your support for our annual Jeans Day fundraiser for BC Children's Hospital Foundation on Thursday, May 4th. The BC Children's Hospital is British Columbia's only full-service pediatric acute care hospital. They treat over 1,000 children a day and 1 million children in total. The Jeans Day fundraiser was started in 1991 and has currently raised over $20 million in total since, to ensure that all BC children have access to pediatric care. This year marks the 27th anniversary of Jeans Day and the 13th year in a row that Shawnigan Lake School has been a part of this tremendous event. This Thursday, over 50 school districts in BC will be giving their support to our children's hospital. and we at Shawnigan will be no exception. There will be a $5 donation for a button or a $20 donation for the label pin. Last year, we were able to raise $5,600, which was a $2,000 step up from the year before. We hope that this year, you will again give your support towards our goal of raising $6,000 so that our BC Children's Hospital can provide the essential service, research, and advanced technology necessary to make our medical care accessible to all our ill and injured children. Let's make sure that all 1 million children in our province can continue to attain the care and support provided by the Children's Hospital. And being a part of the 1 million children, we do not need to look any further than within our own community to witness how BC Children's Hospital has made a significant impact on us and the ones we love. At this time, I would like to invite my friend and your classmate, Zoe Calclo, who would like to share her experience of being a patient of BC Children's Hospital. Zoe.
When I was first diagnosed with cancer, I was 16 years old. And because the cutoff for Children's Hospital is around 16 or 17, I was told I was either going to be referred to Children's Hospital or Vancouver General Hospital, which is for adults only. I had absolutely no idea what to expect from either of the hospitals or even what to expect in terms of cancer treatments in general. I just knew what I'd seen in TV shows or movies. And I thought, if I'm not going to be feeling well, it would probably be nicer to be somewhere more peaceful and quiet, like Vancouver General. And I'm not going to lie, when I was referred to Children's, at first, I was a little bit disappointed, until I got to Children's Hospital. And within my first 10 minutes of my visit there, all that disappointment turned into relief that I'd been referred to such an amazing hospital. I was especially thankful that I was put into Children's once I found out that Vancouver General doesn't even have Wi-Fi. The level of care that this hospital offers is exceptional. Each patient in oncology receives their own oncologist, nurse, dietitian, and social worker as part of their treatment team. It's definitely a requirement to have an excellent bedside manner, as well as to be very friendly, because every single staff member at Children's Hospital, whether they worked as a nurse, doctor, or assistant, were all extremely compassionate and understanding. One thing that made me excited to go back to the hospital each time was to be able to see one of my favorite nurses, Suzanne. She's one of the happiest people I've ever met in my life, and every time I had to go back to the hospital, she'd welcome me with so much love and with the biggest smiles. She always wanted to know everything that was going on with my life, and she always did her best to make sure I had the greatest experience possible. I never felt scared or alone in that hospital because of the tremendous efforts they made to make me feel as comfortable as I could be. One time, I was in the hospital. The oncology group always had many things they did to ensure the patients felt. I lost one of my pages, but I'll just keep talking. The oncology group did many things to make sure every patient had lots of fun during their treatment. They'd arrange things such as dinners, they'd get us tickets to concerts and even Whitecaps or Canucks games, just as a chance to meet other patients who are going through the same kind of things that we were. Sometimes they'd even arrange for Canucks or Whitecaps to come to the hospital and visit us. I remember one time I was in the hospital and they'd given me a lot of medicine, so I wasn't exactly the sharpest I'd ever been. And I had a dream that a bunch of NHL hockey players came to visit me. I've never been more confused in my life when I woke up and found a signed hockey puck and a note from the Canucks in front of me. And I asked one of the nurses what had happened, and apparently they actually did come visit, and what I thought was a dream had happened in real life. Another amazing thing that this hospital does is that if you're in the hospital on your birthday or on a holiday, they do everything they can to make sure it's as special as it can be. On Halloween, I, along with many other kids, were stuck in the hospital, so the staff went around to every single room and gave each patient a pillowcase filled with candy. And for the little kids that are feeling well enough to walk around, they set up stations around the entire hospital where they could go and find costumes and do trick-or-treating. They also put so much effort into the little things that most people don't even think about. I always dreaded having to go back for another chemo, but I always knew I could look forward to some small things. They had these machines that would heat up stacks of warm blankets, and if you were feeling sick or cold, they'd wrap you in a bunch of them. If you're ever in the hospital, I would recommend asking for a warm blanket because they're incredible. They also had an amazing and never-ending supply of Jell-O, juice, and popsicles in every flavor imaginable, which when I was feeling well enough to eat, I really appreciated. Even when I was at my worst and had no hair, eyebrows, or eyelashes, when I lost 40 pounds, when I couldn't walk, or even when they had to feed me through a tube, I never felt like an outcast. I never felt weird or different because the hospital filled me with so much courage, strength, and confidence that instead I felt special and unique, which is one thing I'm truly thankful for. All of these things, no matter how big or small, made a tremendous and enormous difference to my experience and helped me through the toughest parts of the journey. Back then, the things I was most thankful for were the dinners, the concerts, the exceptional care, and even the small yet comforting things such as the warm blankets and the popsicles. However, when I think about it now, none of these things can even compare to the fact that on top of doing all that, they were also saving my life. I can't believe I ever want to do treatment anywhere other than Children's Hospital because it's such an amazing place. I was extremely fortunate to be able to witness some of the magic that happens there. They truly go above and beyond to make sure everyone's experience is amazing and to create memories that people will remember for the rest of their lives. And I'm so thankful to be a part of a school that cares this much and that's so dedicated to this cause, because without people like you to support and make donations to BC Children's Hospital Foundation, none of the care that they provided me or to any other children would have been possible. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Zoe, so much. Now you see why we're wearing our word shirt. It's so absolutely appropriate, right? Because we collectively wonder, and if you look at the definition, we're amazed at the kindness and the compassion that's around us, immediately around us, as Zoe pointed out, and around us in our world in general. So we forget all the bad stuff for a minute and focus on all the good stuff, all the kindness and courage and compassion that we should wonder at and that we do wonder at. So appropriate. Zoe, we are so proud of you. You have just been an absolute inspiration to all of us. And that is a perfect way to highlight the absolute humanity that goes on in our society through places like the BC Children's Hospital. Just uplifting. So let's get behind that cause and support it in the way that we support things so well at Shawnigan. Thank you again. We're going to go over to Marion Hall now and replicate a scene that we produced for when the Cops for Cancer were here, where you're all down on the floor. I'll get you to take your jackets and tops off so that we've got this whole splash of colour. And we're going to give a gift. We're going to give a gift to a passionate Shawnigan alum and someone for whom Shawnigan was, in his words, life-changing. And you've met him and you've seen, you've been the recipients of some of his generosity, and I'm talking about Mr. Jim Shaw. It's his 60th birthday this summer, and his family and friends are putting together a whole video to commemorate, to make him laugh, to make him cry, to move him, all the things that you have to do when you're 60, because your general feeling is when you get to 60 is you want to cry because you're just getting old. So it's a lovely thing. The school is so very important to Jim, and he'd be so taken when he sees the school singing Happy Birthday in the way that we sing Happy Birthday down in Marion Hall. So that's the plan now. So I'll ask you to head there, go into the lower part of Marion Hall as soon as I dismiss you. Thank you for this morning. Thank you again, Zoe.